I got a quick one for you, Randall, and that is, if you remember in 2000 during the Camp David negotiations, they broke down at the end, and Yasser Arafat came out and he said there never was a temple in Jerusalem. We touched on this at dinner very briefly. And I wonder, in the role of archaeologists coming forward, debunking the enthusiasts, is it the job of archaeologists to then step forward in the public square and say, no, actually, in fact, there was a temple here, and we do have the evidence for that? Or does that just, we chatted a little bit about that. Could you guys talk a little bit about the challenges of that?
Yeah, and to that I could say, read my previous book. No, I wrote a book called Jerusalem Besieged, in which I did the military history of Jerusalem. And with each chapter, I started it with a modern military political leader using or abusing the ancient history and archaeology, and then I went into that particular battle. So in fact, Yasser Arafat is front and center for having said that, not only at the Camp David Accords in 2000, but also 3 months later in France. He said the same thing to Kerouac. He said, our archaeologists have determined these were later Greek and Roman ruins. It's not the temple. And my response was, who are your archaeologists? So yes, and I believe that in part, not just debunking the filmmakers and everything, I also think that, yes, now knowing what I know, if a politician came up and said something as biased as that, I'd have an op-ed in the paper the next day, or I'd try to.